In this video, I'm going to show you why most students literally can't focus and study no matter what. This has nothing to do with attention span, by the way. Attention span is only a surface level fix, but this goes so much deeper than that. So stick to the end of this video, and once you apply some of the steps that I talk about, I will guarantee you, life will probably not be the same again. Because once you learn how to actually master your own mind, then everything becomes so much more easy. So you're probably wondering what this is. I call this the stream of consciousness. So basically, in this stream of consciousness, there are many thoughts that pass through your mind normally. So actually right now, as you're listening to this video, you're probably also having thoughts that are going inside your brain and coming outside the other side of the brain. You could think of it like this. Your mind is like a machine. It's always running. It's always on no matter what. You can't switch it off. So our brains actually cannot stop working even if we wanted to. So now that you understand that, there are many thoughts that happen throughout the day that just appear out of nowhere. But when we start to dwell on those thoughts, we start to dwell on this thought, which leads to this thought, which leads to this thought, this thought, this thought, this thought, and it starts spiraling out of control. Don't believe what I'm saying? 2 weeks ago, I was studying in the library trying to do an econ past paper, but I remember as I was sitting down trying to lock in and do the past paper, I literally could not focus no matter how hard I tried. You know, I had my water bottle, I had caffeine, I was energized, I did gym, and I did everything correct. But I literally could not lock in no matter how hard I tried. And the reason was because my mind wasn't actually focused on the past paper. My mind was out there in outer space thinking about something else. And as I sat down, I remember I got all of these random negative thoughts that would start bombarding my brain and preventing me from being able to focus. So there was this other time, this might be a little bit personal, but whatever, I don't really mind. So let's just say that I came back from a social event and I tried to speak with this girl. And let's just say that it didn't go so well. After that happened, for basically 3 or 4 weeks, my mind would constantly be dwelling on this thought, this event that had happened, even though it had already happened in the past and that I couldn't actually control it now. And because I was constantly beating myself up over those thoughts, I couldn't focus and be in the present moment. So now with that all being said, now that you understand how your mind actually works, here are some solutions that you can literally use right now. So the first one is to identify the root cause. This ego, this voice that's kind of speaking in the back of your mind, it doesn't happen without a good reason. There's probably something else that has triggered this ego. Personally, I blame social media. Because whenever you go on social media and you go on Instagram, especially Instagram, you click on the stories and you swipe right and click right and all of those things, you're unconsciously judging other people for who they are. So if you've ever been on Instagram stories, you know that you can either click right or swipe right. Clicking right is when you see this person that you really like, or this person that you want to see more of. But swiping right is when you don't want to see more of this person. You're just like, get out of my face. Every single time you do that, you're actually unconsciously training this ego that's in the back of your mind. So an ordinary person without ego might walk on the street and see this really pretty girl, and he would be like, oh, cool, that's a attractive looking girl. But the person who is with ego, the same person might walk down the street and look at this beautiful girl and say, oh, I wish I had this girl. You see the difference? And so personally, the biggest thing that I did to remove this sense of ego, this sense of pride, was to delete social media off my phone. And a lot of you would probably click on this video right now, but please hang with me for just a second. First off, when you delete social media, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're deleting your account, right? People can still message you. You can still use the Instagram.com website. And secondly, once you delete social media, you'll realize that you'll actually start using it a lot less. And I guarantee you, a week from now, you will stop judging everything around you. This was exactly what happened to me after I deleted social media for a week. Second step, and I think this is also very actionable, it's externalizing your thoughts. If you're really interested in this type of self-improvement content that goes beyond just studying in general, then you might want to check out A-Star Students. We have a bunch of students who have literally the same exact mindset as you and have gotten pretty good results already. I can show you some of the results on the screen. So the second step is to externalize your thoughts. What do I mean by this? That's my journal entry. When you start having these random negative thoughts, grab a physical journal and start literally journaling every single little detail that you can find. Anything that's bothering you right now, write it all down. Write it all down on a piece of paper. So I'm gonna open some of my journal entries. You can literally see I have a whole page dedicated to this. So after I actually journaled all of these thoughts down, I actually felt so much more relieved. I still remember this exact same journal entry. This was the time where I tried to, get together with someone and it didn't actually work out. And once I actually externalized and poured all of my thoughts and worries onto a piece of paper, I could actually look at them and think, wait, this is actually kind of stupid. Why am I even thinking these thoughts in the first place? So it's kind of like, you have like a pipe over here, right? And it's like filled with like disgusting gunk that's in the pipe. So journaling is kind of like removing that excess gunk inside the pipe and allowing like water to flow through the pipe normally. And actually, journaling is not the only way that you can externalize your thoughts. There's another form of externalizing your thoughts, which I think is probably even more powerful. That's prayer. I personally believe that prayer, just the act of externalizing what you're thinking out loud, actually helps you so much. So whatever that means for you, go and explore it. Because once I actually started on my spiritual journey, my life has literally been so much more fulfilling and so much more happy. But yeah, I hope you've got like tons of value from this video. And as always, may God guide us on the right path. And I hope to see you in the next video.